Welcome to Star Bios, the ultimate destination for in-depth explorations of the fascinating lives behind Hollywood's most enduring icons. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on a true legend of American entertainment, the incomparable Johnny Carson. With a career spanning over 3 decades, Johnny Carson redefined the late-night talk show format, leaving an indelible mark on the world of comedy and entertainment. Born on October 23, 1925, in Corning, Iowa, Johnny Carson grew up in a modest household with his parents, Homer and Ruth Carson. His father, an electrical engineer, worked for the Iowa-Nebraska Light and Power Company, and the family moved frequently during Johnny's childhood. One of his earliest memories was of the family's home in Avoca, Iowa, where he spent hours exploring the surrounding countryside and developing a keen sense of observation that would serve him well in his future career. His mother, Ruth, was an avid reader and encouraged Johnny's love of literature, while his father, Homer, regaled the family with stories of his travels and adventures on the road. These early experiences instilled in Johnny a love for storytelling and a keen sense of observation, skills that would serve him well as a comedian and talk show host. The Carson family eventually settled in Norfolk, Nebraska, where Johnny attended Norfolk Junior High School and developed a passion for writing and public speaking. He was an active member of the school's debating team and wrote articles for the school newspaper, honing his skills as a writer and orator. During his senior year, Johnny met his first girlfriend, Norma Wright, with whom he would share a romance that lasted throughout his college years. In 1943, Johnny graduated from Norfolk Senior High School and enlisted in the United States Navy, serving aboard the USS Pennsylvania during World War II. This experience not only broadened his horizons, but also taught him valuable lessons about discipline, teamwork, and perseverance. As a young sailor, Johnny was stationed in the Pacific Theater, where he witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of war. These experiences would later shape his perspective on life and inform his humor, as he often incorporated stories of his time in the Navy into his stand-up routines. Upon his discharge from the Navy in 1946, Johnny enrolled at the University of Nebraska, where he studied journalism and began to explore his passion for radio broadcasting. He worked part-time at a local radio station, KGFW, writing and performing his own scripts, and developing his skills as a broadcaster. It was during this period that Johnny met his mentor, the legendary radio personality, Fred Allen, who would become a significant influence on his career. The values instilled by his parents, the inspiration drawn from his idols, and the experiences gained through his education and military service all contributed to the development of a unique individual with a remarkable talent for entertaining others. Johnny's journey to fame began in the 1950s, when he started working in radio and television. He landed a job as a staff announcer at WAW-TV in Omaha, Nebraska, where he honed his skills as a broadcaster and developed his unique sense of humor. In 1951, Johnny moved to Los Angeles to pursue bigger opportunities, and it wasn't long before he caught the attention of the renowned comedian, Red Skelton. Johnny's big break came when he was hired as a writer and performer on Red Skelton's popular TV show. This experience not only taught him the ins and outs of the entertainment industry, but also introduced him to some of the biggest names in comedy. As Johnny's confidence grew, so did his ambition. He began to pursue solo projects, including his own radio show, Carson's Cellar, which showcased his quick wit and clever writing. In 1957, Johnny landed a spot as a guest host on The Tonight Show, then hosted by Jack Paar. His charm, charisma, and effortless humor won over the audience, and he soon became a regular guest host. When Jack Paar left the show in 1962, Johnny was the natural choice to take over as the new host of The Tonight Show. And so, on October 1, 1962, Johnny Carson began his reign as the king of late-night television. Over the next 3 decades, Johnny Carson redefined the late-night talk show format. He brought a unique blend of humor, intelligence, and warmth to the airwaves, making The Tonight Show a staple of American entertainment. With his trusty sidekick Ed McMahon by his side, Johnny interviewed countless celebrities, from Hollywood stars to world leaders. His quick wit and clever banter made even the most mundane conversations entertaining. One of the key factors behind Johnny's success was his ability to connect with his audience. He had a gift for finding the humor in everyday situations and making people laugh without ever being mean-spirited. As he once said, "I was so naive about the entertainment industry that I didn't even know what a producer did." This humility and willingness to learn served him well throughout his career. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Johnny Carson became synonymous with American entertainment. He hosted countless specials, including the iconic Johnny Carson's Birthday Special, which featured an all-star lineup of comedians and musicians. His influence extended beyond the world of comedy, too. He was a pioneer in the use of television as a platform for social commentary, tackling topics like politics, racism, and social justice. He spent countless hours perfecting his writing, rehearsing his performances, and pushing the boundaries of what was possible on television. His legacy continues to inspire comedians, writers, and entertainers to this day. As the 1980s approached, Johnny Carson began to think about his legacy and the future of The Tonight Show. After nearly 3 decades at the helm, he decided it was time to retire, and on May 22, 1992, he hosted his final episode of The Tonight Show. The emotional farewell featured a star-studded lineup of guests, including Robin Williams, Bette Midler, and Johnny's longtime sidekick, Ed McMahon. After his retirement, Johnny Carson remained a private person, but his influence on American entertainment continued to be felt. He was awarded numerous honors, including multiple Emmys, a Peabody Award, and the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Despite his retirement from The Tonight Show, Johnny Carson continued to work behind the scenes, producing television specials and documentaries through his production company, Carson Productions. He also remained committed to philanthropy, supporting organizations such as the American Cancer Society and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. In his personal life, Johnny Carson faced challenges, including a highly publicized divorce from his third wife, Joanna Holland, in 1985. However, he found happiness again with his fourth wife, Alexis Mass, whom he married in 1987. The couple remained together until Johnny's passing on January 23, 2005, at the age of 79. Johnny Carson's legacy extends far beyond his own remarkable career. He paved the way for future generations of comedians, writers, and entertainers, including Jay Leno, David Letterman, and Conan O'Brien, all of whom have credited Johnny as an inspiration. His influence can also be seen in the many talk shows that have followed in The Tonight Show's footsteps, from Jimmy Fallon's playful antics to Stephen Colbert's sharp wit. He was a true pioneer, a master of his craft, and a beloved figure who brought joy and laughter to millions of people around the world. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the life and career of Johnny Carson. It's been an honor to share his story with you, and I hope you've enjoyed this trip down memory lane as much as I have. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars